Good afternoon. The band is ready and anxious, so I'm going to make my comments quick. Dr. Gary Vibrands, it's my pleasure to coordinate Logan Series Music at Noon. I can't believe, number one, it's November. Number two, the weather has been cooperating and that we're all here. So thanks for joining us today. Before I introduce the band, real quick announcements. Thanks to our sponsors, the K. Logan Foundation, for providing us with an endowment for continuing support, Pennsylvania Council on the Arts, Erie Arts and Culture, School of Humanities and Social Sciences, Penn State Barron, and student activity fees. So thanks to all of our funders and sponsors. An announcement of an event that is sort of affiliated, but not quite. Some of you may remember a few years ago we had the Pennsylvania Quintet here on the series, the Woodwind Quintet from University Park campus. We like to call it Barron to East. They'll be performing tomorrow afternoon in Smith Chapel at 4 p.m. It's free. You're welcome to join us tomorrow. So, another event for you. All right. Are you ready?
So ready.
Without further ado, Jennifer Wharton's Bonegasm.
Thank you so much. My name is Jennifer Wharton. This is all my fault. This is Bonegasm, and as I'm sure you are familiar, a bonegasm is the feeling of pleasure you have in your ears when you listen to a group of trombone players. Yeah. Some people think it's dirty. It's not dirty. There's a shop in New York called Shoegasm. I imagine that's finding a really good pair of shoes. I've seen a sign for hairgasm. That's when you get a really good hair done did. And there's a company that sells earplugs called Eargasm. So there you go. You can gasm anything. Scootergasm. We came all the way from New York, and boy, are our arms tired. Yeah, thank you. That is, so we got up early this morning to do 2 kiddie concerts. So I'm a little loopy, but this is all in good fun. I started this band 6 years ago with these guys because I love playing with them, and I always wanted to have a trombone quartet. I was a classical musician, and I was jazz curious. Is anyone jazz curious out there? Yeah. Don't do what I did. Don't wait until you're 39 to learn how to improvise. It's not as fun. It's not as fun as you'd think. But yeah, I formed this band, and I started commissioning people to write music for this formation. So think of a big band without the trumpets and saxes. I believe, Alan, you called it the baggage. Without all the baggage of trumpets and saxes. No offense, but kind of offense. Sorry, not sorry. That's what I mean to say. And then we have 3 albums out. I have all 3 behind me. They are for sale if you are so inclined. Yes, they are CDs. I know some of you are streamers. If you stream, please stream on Apple Music. They pay the most. Spotify pays, I think, per 1,000 stream, they pay 4 cents. So if you're going to listen on Spotify, listen 200,000 times. That'll buy 1 album. But on the 3rd album, I actually started writing for the band, and this next tune I wrote. And my husband, the tall guy over there, thank you, because it's very confusing because everyone's tall here. So yeah, thank you. I don't want to offend Alan's wife. But yeah, John is my husband, and I think he likes me because he arranged this tune for my birthday. So yeah, I think he likes me. This is called Be Normal, if anyone remembers the movie Young Frankenstein. Yeah, you remember when Igor, he gets the wrong brain? What's the name of the brain? Abby something. So this used to be called AB Normal, but now it's just Be Normal. And it's going to feature John. Thank God, it's going to feature John, and it's going to feature Manuel Valera on piano. And we're also going to hear from Don Peretz on drums. So this is Be Normal. So you may, if you're not super familiar with the trombone family, there are all sizes of trombones. There's a sopranino trombone, a soprano trombone, an alto trombone. We have 3 tenor trombones here, and this is a bass trombone, and that means it's the best. There's also a contrabass trombone, but we don't get into that. We don't mention that here. And for a long time in jazz, you only saw, or for a long time in music, you only saw a bass trombone in orchestras. It wasn't until maybe the 40s where it started to appear in big band. Is that right? Historians, 40s, 50s. Stan Kenton had two bass trombones, and the Village Vanguard Orchestra had 2 for a while. So, you know, it's a pretty cool instrument. It has all these notes that they're missing. I can play really low. Who's first time seeing a bass trombone up live and close? Anybody? Okay, yeah. So if you're familiar with big band, you've probably heard them. But I get all these extra notes down low. I could keep going, but it just starts to sound like farts. So that was something that the kids liked this morning, is the fart sounds. My mom's really proud. And it's funny too, because sometimes I get grief about the name being a little suggestive. We didn't use that name this morning with the kids, as you can imagine. But if you play trombone, you hear kind of crass jokes from a young age because it's got the word bone in it. So no trombone players ever offended at the name of my band, but you know, some other people clutched their pearls. But it enables me to have really cool merch. So if you want to offend anybody, I do have t-shirts for sale because I literally only created a band so I could have merch. It says Bonegasm Hardcore Trombone. So I see some of you may have grandchildren. I'm telling you, this is the way to reach your grandchildren. They're gonna think you are hip. Yeah, so that's my merch spiel. I also take all the, I have QR codes for anything if you don't have cash money. But enough of that. Let's get back to the music. So anybody speak Portuguese here? No? Why not? You do? Menina Sozinha. Lonely Girl. That's the name of this tune, Menina Sozinha. Thank you, thank you. A round of applause for my Portuguese-speaking friend. There's a lovely woman from California, from my area of California, our area of California, named Natalie Cressman. She's a gorgeous trombone player and vocalist. And she has a duo with her Brazilian boyfriend, fiance, and they go around the country. So please catch them if you ever see their names pop up. But this is a tune she wrote called Menina Sozinha, and it's going to feature a little bit of me. So Girl on Her Own, Lonely Girl, that's me, and I get to play a lot of the melody. And you're going to hear a solo from me and a solo from Manuel on piano. And this is going to be amazing, I hope. See you at the end. Thank you so much. When we played that this morning for the kiddos at Deal Elementary, shout out to Deal Elementary, but we had a boy say that it reminded him of his uncle that passed away, and I was like, oh, that broke my heart. But it goes to show you, like, you never know when music is going to touch some people. And I honestly never know when music is going to touch me, myself. I'm a professional musician. I do a lot of Broadway. In fact, many people up here do the Broadway thing, and that is playing the same thing every night, if you're lucky, sometimes for years on end. And we call it the golden handcuffs because it's a good way to get health insurance, but it's really it's not super musically fulfilling. So after about 10 years of doing that in New York, I was not satisfied. As you can imagine, doing the same thing every day, in and out. And
I started to question just kind of what would my purpose be? Because with Broadway, you're either working or you're not working. There's no upward mobility. And as a freelancer, you're a trombone player, you're always waiting for someone to call you for a gig. So when the phone doesn't ring, what do you do? And we had a lot of that during the pandemic, obviously. But this next tune inspired me to form this band. There were many factors that went into starting the band, but I fell in love with this next tune, written by my friend Alan Ferber, standing next to me. And he wrote this tune. It's called North Rampart. Has anyone been to New Orleans? Yeah, it's my favorite place on the face of the planet. We go at least once a year. And this North Rampart is the street. It's the northern edge of the French Quarter. And you wrote it after Hurricane Katrina. So it's kind of like got a funeral march vibe to it, kind of churchy, which you'll hear. It's going to feature me and Alan on it. And it was the first time I fell in love with the piece so hard that I wanted to learn how to improvise. And bass trombone is not necessarily known for improvisation. There are people that do it, but it's not, you don't go to hear, the most amazing jazz bass trombone player. That's just doesn't happen. So forming this band was a way to force myself how to learn how to improvise. And I'd like to share is from that young kid's special moment this morning, listening to the last song, to my special moment, falling in love with this song. I'd like to share that with you today. This is North Rampart. I can't speak English. How about that, Ellen Ferber? Yeah. I hope this doesn't embarrass him, but that is literally my favorite time of any gig is when I get to hear him blow on this tune. It really is. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm the most excited I've ever been playing music is when I get to be in this band doing that tune. So, yeah. Not that this next tune isn't good also. I don't want to, oversell, and then you're going to be disappointed. But this next tune I arranged. Does anyone speak Spanish here? Anybody? Nobody? You speak some Spanish? Do you know what La Bruja means? Yes, the witch. So this is a Mexican folk song that I was introduced to by the movie Frida, starring Salma Hayek. The late 90s, early 2000s, something there around there. And it's a tale about a witch who tries to suck the soul of a man. And I think there's drugs involved. But the English translation is super weird. It's like she's going to turn him into a pot. She's going to turn him into a pumpkin. So it's kind of, creepy. But I think I posted this on the Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, because I thought it fit really well. But in the movie, Frida sings it to her cheating husband after she catches him with a woman. And so it's got this element of just being kind of, pardon my French, a badass chick. And I tried to infuse that element in here. It's going to start off slow, but don't be fooled. The witch is coming for you. This is La Bruja. It's going to feature John Fetchuk and Manuel Valera. Thank you so much. Are you having fun? Well, I do want to take the time, before we play our final tune, I want to take the time to tell you all about each one of these folks up here with me. Alan Ferber, next to me, he's got a big band, a nonette. Do you have other groups? Yeah, a lot. He does a lot of things. He also writes a lot of music and is just generally an awesome human. So I'm telling you this because I want you all to check out each of these individual musicians. So please start. You're going to be tested at the end. So let's keep track. We've got Alan, who writes the big band stuff and nonette and all the things, and makes me fall in love with trombone all over again. We've got John Fetchock, my favorite husband and yours. And John Fetchock has been playing the trombone. We determined this morning for the kids, because of course the kids want to know how much the trombones cost and how tall everyone is and how long we've been playing. So John won. He's been playing 50-something years. 50-something years. 57 years, Johnson. So round of applause for John for playing trombone for 57 years. Boy, are his lips tired. Thank you. But if you don't already know John Fetchock, he has a very vigorous solo career. He takes himself around the world with his music. He is a very amazing writer, arranger, Grammy nominee. Several folks up here are Grammy nominees. He's got quartets, sextets, big bands. He plays in this band. He plays in other things. He's been on movie dates. So definitely check out John Fetchock. We've got my friend and yours, Nate Malin, who is from Chicago, yeah? Yeah, sorry, not Pennsylvania. But if it helps, I'm from Pittsburgh, California. And my shirts are orange, yellow. We've got Nate Malin. Nate Malin writes a lot of music. He wrote the very first tune we played. And, right, did we play Stellar? Yeah, I was like, did we play Stellar? It's been so long since the first tune. And he's got a project called the Wishbone Project, which is with a vocalist, and he plays both classical and jazz and commercial. He does all the things and all the instruments. He's very fine on this, on tuba, on euphonium. Probably, if you gave him a hose, he could probably make a beautiful sound on it. That's Nate Malin. Manuel Valera. He came to the U.S. from Cuba, and boy, I didn't know you were that good of a swimmer. Yeah. We were talking about Diana Nyad in the car ride, swimming from Cuba. But Manuel has been nominated for Grammy for his writing on his big band. What is it? Afro-Cuban Express something? What is it? What is it? No, come on. Tell the people what they want. New Cuban Express. I knew there was a Cuban in there. And he's got many things. We actually have a tune that we're playing tonight at Bop Stop in Cleveland that Manuel wrote for our second album. Did I mention we have albums for sale? But he writes for lots of people. He has small groups. He does a lot of things. We have Evan Greger back there on the tiniest bass you've ever seen. That is actually a child's guitar with bass strings on it, but it makes traveling with a bass instrument so much easier. So that is pretty amazing. I just like to stare at it. But Evan he is from Pennsylvania, yes, lives in Pennsylvania, yeah. Right now he lives in Pennsylvania with his lovely wife, and has played with Dave Liebman, Grace Kelly. Who are the other amazing people? He's got some really weird gig stories too, which he entertains us with in the van on long car rides. But that is Evan Greger. He's going to open up the next tune. But finally, we're going to tell you about Don Peretz. Don Peretz writes electronic music, and in his spare time when he's not here, he does a lot of audio technical stuff. Can I say that? Electronic, yes. Writes for movies on Netflix. I met him while he was playing Broadway, and he has a band with Oz Noy and Donnie McCaslin. Anybody heard of those names before? Yeah. So check out all of these people. They have amazing projects, and they require some love. Like I said, you can buy music. Best way to support is to buy music, buy merch, come to the shows. You've done part of your duty. And we all have things online if you want to follow us, websites and all that jazz. We're going to feature all the trombones on the next tune, and to open us up, it's going to be Evan Greger on the bass. This is a tune arranged by my favorite husband and yours, John Fetchuk. This is called Afro Blue. Thank you for
Come see me over here if you want to buy any of the merch, and thank you very much for coming. This is a great program, and we couldn't be happier. Thanks to Gary and everybody working cameras and sound and everything. This has been wonderful. So, yeah, come talk to me. Say hi.